Out. Good boy. Okay. So I want to do this video, guys, to talk about a few things in the dog world. One of them is methods of training. So apparently I'm a cruel trainer, and if I'm a cruel trainer, I'm sure many other trainers must be cruel, some of the best in the world. What I'm talking about is anyone who's using methods that supposedly are adverse towards dogs. Any sort of force towards a dog, in a lot of people's eyes, is not necessary at all. And you can completely do without it. You never need to reprimand. You can use only positive training, and that is all you need to use. Enough, buddy. Enough. My dog wants to be in the video. Now, look, yes, there's a time and a place for that, and I believe that can be used. Am I a person who tries to use as much positive training? Absolutely. But what I do believe is there's a time and a place where you need to be hands-on with a dog, whether it be verbally or hands-on. You need to correct your dog and tell them enough's enough. Like I said, if I'm one of them, apparently, so Cesar Milan, and probably that would be the best known name, would be deemed in the same category as me, as being a trainer that uses adverse methods, and would be probably put in the category in some people's eyes as being cruel to a dog. Lately, even myself's probably shied away a little bit. I've been showing too. Oh God, I've got to stop doing that. I don't need to get into that. Try again. Hey Nash, what's this, buddy? Come here. Good boy. Out, good boy. Out, good boy. Calm. Good boy. There you go, bud. Okay, so my dog wants to be in the video. Clearly my dog's not scared of me, but apparently, according to the methods I use, my dog probably should be, because I use adverse methods that create a bad bond between me and my dog. Now, if I'm one of those people that some of the world's best trainers must be the same, because there's many of the best trainers in the world that use methods that I use. They're not my methods, they are methods that lots of trainers use, and they would be a hands-on approach with a dog. Do we use as much positive training as we can? Absolutely, myself and these trainers included. But I think there's many trainers out there who agree with me that there's a time and a place where you need to put your hands on your dog to correct them, or you might need to use a lead to give some positive punishment, to redirect a dog, to correct a dog. We use as much positive as we can. We all want to do that. We never want to be correcting a dog. But there's times where dogs with certain temperaments need to use other methods. Working to a threshold where if your dog is reactive and you just work to a distance where you know the dog doesn't react, might be 50 meters, might be 40, might be 100, and then it doesn't react, that's great. But in the real world, that can't be done because there's too many dogs and we don't have time to work those methods. People have busy lives and they want to get results with their dogs quickly. So certain methods will get you there quicker, others may get you there, but the time frame to get there is going to be a very long time. And when you get there, you may not even get to the result you actually want to achieve because you're relying too much on food and the positive-only style of training, which there's a time and a place for, and it works great. But like I said, there's areas in dog training and temperaments where you need to bring other methods in or other equipment in. The amount of times I hear people that say slip leads or Holties and things like this are bad or adverse. What I would say to you is that I believe any equipment in the wrong trainer's hand, the wrong handler's hand, can be adverse, can be bad for a dog, whether it be a flat collar, whether it be a check chain, whether it be a slip lead, a normal, whatever you want to call it, anything you walk your dog on. You can be a bad owner or trainer and hurt your dog with any equipment. It's a matter of knowing how to use your equipment. That is what is more that matters, knowing how to use it. I feel the world's gone a bit crazy when it comes to sensitivity in general life, and that's crossed over to even the dog training world. We are so sensitive to if someone reprimands a dog, someone tells a dog, someone physically sits a dog. It should be all done with not touching dogs, and it's very hard to navigate your way through this. And to be honest, even myself have felt it lately where you feel this pressure not to show anything or do anything like that. And I feel that I'm doing this video to say that I don't want to hide behind that anymore. I'm not a cruel trainer. I think I'm a very good trainer. I use methods that get great results. I will train a dog according to the dog's personality, and I will use many methods at work. I'm very soft on some dogs. You get shy dogs, you get dogs that are nervous and anxious, and you can't use methods that are harsh. I adapt to the dog, and any of the best trainers do the same thing. I also feel there's a lot of trainers that promote a certain way of training, but behind closed doors, if they're honest, would agree that you need a hands-on approach, and they're probably not in showing what you think they do. They will tell you that they're only one method, but they do use other methods because they know it works. They know it works, and I really believe this, that it's very difficult. You can train a dog in a very controlled environment with no distractions. Absolutely, you could use completely food only, and a dog would do anything for you. But I've said this to you guys before. Take that same dog and put it into an environment where there's dogs or other animals or kids on bikes or anything you want to talk about distractions, and often that focus for that stimulus of that reward of food won't work anymore, and the dog you need to rely on more of a hands-on classical approach rather than food and relying on this method. I believe a lot of the time that might fail you. It's a matter of finding what works right for the dog, but there's a time and a place for everything. And we all try to be as positive as we can, but sometimes you just can't do that. So you just need to realize this. But remember, with dog training, if you're using a method, my dog example, Nash, come, good boy, come buddy, good boy. To me, this doesn't look like a dog that's scared of me as an owner. Have I corrected this dog? Yes. Have I put my hands on him and made him sit? Have I told him off? Yes, I have. Have I reprimanded my dog, told him off? Yes, I have. And I will continue to do that. This guy's got a personality that is very pushy. He's a Coolie Cross Hunterway. He's extremely pushy. He's high energy, and he needs to be controlled. So I use those methods, but this clearly is not a dog that is nervous around me, shows any anxiety at all. He's super confident. He's a beautiful dog. And I keep using those methods because he's pretty cheeky, he's pretty young, but they work well for him. I try all of it for a bit of fun though. Some days I'll use food only. Some days I'll use a ball as his reward, as his stimulus. Some days no food, no ball, just praise. I shouldn't have called him back, it looks like it. Now I might not get rid of him. The point I'm showing here is the methods I use have not changed my dog's personality one bit. He's still a bit of a goose, and he still gets all over me and tests me 100%. Now I want to talk a little bit about trainers and knowing your trainer, but also trainers sticking to their wheelhouse, sticking to what they know and what they're good at. Lately I've been to a few clients' homes and trained dogs where they've had other trainers there that I know aren't ready for the level of what they're dealing with. And I'm talking about highly reactive dogs that have reacted through fear. Enough, finished. That's what I mean. Sometimes I need to do it, enough. Training dogs that are highly reactive and a handful to deal with. And these trainers are taking on these dogs, knowing the story of the dog, and they're new to the field of training, and they're going to deal with these dogs. And I know that a couple of little take two here, my dog got to my phone, knocked it off. I'll pick up where I left off. What I was saying was these sessions have ended up in a bit of a disaster because trainers have taken on situations they really don't know how to handle. Now, when I say sticking to your wheelhouse, that goes for me too. There might be someone that ring me, I haven't had it happen, but if it did, and they rung me and said, oh, I want you to train my dog for show dogs and how to stand and do all this. It's not my thing. I don't even know the criteria and how it works because it doesn't interest me. I wouldn't pretend and go, yeah, I can do that for you. And they come in and I end up looking silly. I don't know how to do it. It's okay to say you don't know it or it's not your interest, it's not your field. But I think it's particularly important when you're taking on reactive dogs because it's dangerous. You could put your dog in danger, their dog in danger, you in danger, or the owner in danger, whatever it is. You need to take on jobs that you know you're capable of doing and being honest with yourself. And as you get experience, you can then take on different jobs. If you can't do it, have a network in your town, wherever you are. Work with other trainers. I think it works well. I try to do that. I've got trainers that will send me a dog. They'll know it's not their thing. And I would do it the other way as well. If it wasn't an interest of mine or something I was good at, I would certainly send a dog to someone else. There is thousands of dogs. There's enough for everyone to train. And going with that, I would say to clients, research your trainers. When you talk to someone, ask them if they have footage you can see of them training dogs. A lot of trainers have YouTube channels, Facebook, Instagram, whatever you want to use. Try and get to see a bit of footage. See what methods they use. Are they using methods that you don't like? Personally, me, haven't used any e-collars. I know they're big in some places. I know there's a lot of trainers in the States that might use them, and I'm sure used right, they may be a good tool. Personally, I don't use them at all. I don't use pinch collars, anything like that. Not because I think they're bad trainers or against them. It's just not my thing. I don't go down that road. I use what I use. So research your trainer so you know what you're getting into, you know what methods they use, and that you're comfortable with that. Like I said at the start, regarding that equipment I even just mentioned then, using that equipment in the right hands with a very experienced trainer, I'm sure can be used right. But that in the wrong person's hand can be detrimental, can be devastating to your dog. So make sure you know the trainer's methods and you know how they train and what they're using, and try to get to see results of what they do. See what they do. There is channels I follow on YouTube of trainers that use these methods, and he's very good at it, and he uses it in a very responsible way. He deals with very aggressive dogs. It's his main field that he deals with, highly reactive dogs, and he's very good at it. Pretty sure it's called Upstate Canine in the States. I like the young guy. I think he's younger than me. I'm pretty sure he is, but I think he's tries to be as responsible as he can because he's dealing with highly reactive dogs. And like I've said to you, using a piece of food for a lot of these dogs is just not going to cut it. So I do believe there's a time and a place for equipment for certain dogs. So research your trainer, know who you're going to, and be comfortable with it. I think if they're not prepared to show you probably any footage, I would ask questions about that. I want to see them training. I want to see how they train a dog. Maybe see a before and after, see a dog how it was, and see it at the end and the results they get. So that's my opinion on a couple of things, like I said, with training and methods. And I think people should be honest, including me, about how they train a dog, why they do it, and that they believe in it. And I do believe my methods, and I don't believe I'm cruel. I get good results. I keep... Where is he gone? Hey, Nash. Nash. Here he comes. The way he ran to me, that's not a dog that doesn't like me, okay? So I hope this helps you out in the idea of a bit of advice about researching your trainer, trainers sticking to wheelhouse, and that it is not cruel to correct the dog and ask the dog to sit. It's okay. Let's remember, these guys have the DNA in them of a wolf from many, many years ago. It's in that brain there. So don't get it twisted. And let's remember to be honest and understand that we realize, but they're a dog. He's a dog. He's not this king and queen that I can't tell off. He doesn't take it personal. He's okay if I say, naughty guy, naughty dog, you shouldn't have done that, do this. He goes, okay, I'll do that next time. He doesn't sit there and go, oh, Jason, you're so cruel to me. Why do you ask me to do that? He just goes, okay, I won't do that again. My bad. I'll be good. And he gets better every day. He's young, he's 11 months old, and he's a good dog. He does it well, he's training well. So again, if you like this, guys, I appreciate if you give me a like, a subscribe, a share, tell other people about my channel. I do appreciate it. I try to bring you a lot of help, a lot of advice for what it's worth, wrong or right. They are my opinions, they are my methods, but I do hope some of you take it on board and understand it, and maybe if you have had an opinion about anyone, me, another trainer, open your eyes a little bit, be a bit broader, and realize that maybe you might be off track. You might be led down the path of other people thinking certain things, but you've really seen one area of training and you're not really understanding that there's more to it and there's certain methods for certain problems. So hopefully this video gets people to maybe just open their eyes up and yeah, be a bit more open-minded. Cheers, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you soon with this guy again for more teaching, more knowledge, and whatever we do. Hey, bud. Yeah, he's a bit of a rat bag sometimes. Fetch. See you guys.